My wife ended up falling in love with another man whilst we were on holiday together. When we came home, I moved in with my friend, who I then accidentally got pregnant. Hey everyone, I need some serious advice, because my life feels like a soap opera right now and I don't even know where to begin. I'm 29M and my wife, Emily, is 27F. We've been married for 4 years, together for 6, and until recently, things were pretty great. So, a few months ago, Emily and I decided to take a break from our usual routine and go on a couples retreat. We thought it would be a great way to reconnect and relax. The retreat was all about mindfulness, communication, and getting in touch with nature. Sounds perfect, right? Well, that's where the first twist comes in. On the first night, we met another couple, Jack, 30M, and Laura, 28F. They seemed nice enough, and we quickly became friends. We went hiking together, did some yoga, and shared meals. But something felt a bit off. Emily seemed to be getting really close to Jack, and Laura was oddly interested in me. I brushed it off as just being friendly at first, but things started to get weird. One evening, after a long day of activities, we all decided to have a few drinks. Emily and Jack were laughing and talking like they were old friends, and Laura was giving me these intense looks. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. After a while, Emily suggested we play a game of truth or dare. Harmless enough, right? Wrong. The dares started off simple, like taking a shot or doing a silly dance. But then, Laura dared Jack to kiss Emily. I laughed it off, thinking it was a joke, but Emily didn't hesitate. She kissed him. It wasn't just a peck either, it was a full-on kiss. I was stunned. Jack and Emily were giggling like teenagers, and Laura just watched with a smirk. I was too shocked to say anything, and the game continued with more awkward dares and truths. After that night, things got even stranger. Emily and Jack started spending more time together, going on solo hikes, and having private conversations. Laura, on the other hand, was always around me, trying to get close and acting like we were best friends. I confronted Emily about it, but she brushed it off, saying I was being paranoid and that they were just friends. I wanted to believe her, but my gut told me something was up. Fast forward to the end of the retreat. Emily and I were packing up to leave, and Jack and Laura came to say goodbye. Jack pulled me aside and said, "Hey man, I hope you don't mind, but Emily and I exchanged numbers. We're just friends, I swear." I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded and walked away. Back home, things went back to normal for a while. But then, Emily started acting distant. She was always on her phone, texting someone and laughing to herself. I asked her who she was talking to, and she'd just say, "Oh, it's just work stuff." I didn't believe her, but I didn't want to start a fight. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I waited until she fell asleep and checked her phone. I know, it was a total invasion of privacy, but I was desperate. And guess what? She was texting Jack. They were talking about the retreat there, connection, and how much they missed each other. I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest. I confronted Emily the next morning, and she admitted that she had feelings for Jack. She swore up and down that nothing physical had happened since the retreat, but she couldn't deny their emotional connection. I was devastated. I asked her if she wanted to be with him, and she said she didn't know. She needed time to figure things out. So, we decided to take a break. I moved in with my best friend, Tom, 30M, and tried to sort through my feelings. Tom has been a rock for me during this whole mess, but he's got his own drama going on. His ex-girlfriend, Sarah, 28F, keeps showing up at his place, begging him to take her back. It's like a circus over there. Anyway, during this break, I decided to reach out to Laura. I wanted to know if she knew about Emily and Jack's connection. Laura was surprisingly open about it. She said she had suspected something was going on but didn't want to believe it. She also admitted that she had feelings for me and had been hoping Emily and Jack would get together so she could make a move. I was floored. Laura and I started talking more, and I found myself developing feelings for her too. It was confusing and messy, but there was a connection there that I couldn't deny. We decided to take things slow and see where it went. Meanwhile, Emily was still figuring out her feelings for Jack. She said she needed more time, but I was getting impatient. I told her about my feelings for Laura, and she was shocked. She didn't expect that twist and didn't know how to react. We agreed to stay separated for a while longer to sort things out. And then, the craziest twist of all happened. I found out I was going to be a dad. Not with Emily, but with Sarah. Yup, Tom's ex-girlfriend. We had a drunken night together during one of Tom's parties, and now she's pregnant. She says she wants to keep the baby and co-parent with me. Tom is furious, Emily is heartbroken, and Laura doesn't know what to think. So here I am, with a pregnant ex, a separated wife, and a potential new girlfriend. My life is a complete mess, and I have no idea what to do. Do I try to make things work with Emily, who might still have feelings for Jack? Do I pursue a relationship with Laura, who I've developed feelings for but is also tied to this whole drama? And how do I handle being a dad with Sarah, who is my best friend's ex? I need advice, folks. How do I navigate this wild ride? How do I make sense of my feelings and figure out what the right path is? Any and all advice is welcome because I'm lost in this soap opera of my own making. Thanks for reading, and I appreciate any help you can offer. Update 1. Wow, I did not expect this kind of response. Thank you all for your advice, support, and tough love. I've had some time to reflect and have made a few decisions, but the drama just keeps escalating. First off, Emily and I had a serious talk. I told her that I couldn't keep living in this limbo. She admitted that she's still confused about her feelings for Jack but also said that she still loves me and wants to make our marriage work. We agreed to go to couples therapy to try and sort through our issues. It's a small step, but it's a start. I also had a heart-to-heart with Tom. He's understandably upset about the situation with Sarah, but he's being a good friend about it. We've agreed to set some boundaries, and he's even offered to help me with co-parenting when the baby arrives. Tom and I have been through a lot together, and I'm grateful that our friendship is strong enough to survive this mess. Now, onto the situation with Laura. After some deep soul-searching, I realized that while I do have feelings for her, it's not fair to pursue anything serious while everything else is still up in the air. Laura and I have decided to take a step back and just be friends for now. It's tough because there's definitely a connection, but it's the right thing to do. Sarah and I have also had some long discussions about co-parenting. We're both committed to raising this child in a healthy, supportive environment, even if we're not together romantically. It's not the ideal situation, but we're going to make it work. Sarah is moving into her own place nearby, and we're setting up a co-parenting schedule. And just when I thought things couldn't get more complicated, I got a call from Jack. He wanted to meet up and talk. Against my better judgment, I agreed. Jack confessed that he's been having second thoughts about his relationship with Emily. He said he realized that he was just caught up in the excitement of the retreat, and that he doesn't want to come between us. He apologized for the pain he caused and wished us the best. So, here I am, trying to rebuild my marriage, preparing to be a dad, and navigating this crazy web of relationships. It's a lot, but I'm hopeful that with time, things will settle down. I know it's going to be a long road, but I'm committed to making the best of it. Thank you all again for your support and advice. I'll keep you updated as things progress. Wish me luck. Update 2. Hey everyone, it's been a few weeks, and I wanted to give you another update. Things have taken yet another turn, and I could really use some more advice. Couples therapy with Emily has been going okay. We're talking more and trying to work through our issues, but it's clear that the trust between us has been seriously damaged. Emily admitted that she's still in contact with Jack, and while she says it's strictly platonic, I can't help but feel uneasy about it. We've decided to continue therapy and give it some more time, but the road to rebuilding trust is going to be a long one. Meanwhile, Sarah's pregnancy is progressing, and we've been working on getting everything ready for the baby. We had our first ultrasound appointment together, and seeing our baby for the first time was a surreal and emotional experience. Despite all the craziness, I'm excited to be a dad and determined to be there for Sarah and our child. Tom has been a great support through all of this, but his ex, Sarah, has been causing some drama. She's been showing up unannounced, trying to win him back, and it's been really stressful for him. I feel guilty that my situation is adding to his stress, but he insists that he's okay and that we'll get through it together. And then there's Laura. Despite our decision to just be friends, we've been spending a lot of time together. We've been each other's support systems through this mess, and the connection between us is hard to ignore. She confessed that she still has feelings for me, and honestly, I feel the same. But I'm torn because I don't want to hurt Emily or complicate things even further. One night, after a particularly rough therapy session with Emily, I went over to Laura's place to talk. We ended up having a few drinks and, well, one thing led to another. We didn't sleep together, but we kissed, and it felt like a line had been crossed. Now I'm even more confused about what to do. To make matters worse, Jack reached out to me again. He said he's been thinking a lot about everything and that he wants to apologize in person. He's also been talking to Emily, and they're considering ending their friendship to help us move forward. I'm not sure if I should meet with him or just cut ties completely. So here are my current dilemmas. How do I rebuild trust with Emily when she's still in contact with Jack? Is it possible to move past this? Should I pursue a relationship with Laura, even though it might complicate things further? How do I handle co-parenting with Sarah while keeping things civil with Tom? Should I meet with Jack and try to find closure, or just cut him out of our lives completely? I'm trying to take things one day at a time, but it's overwhelming. I appreciate all the advice and support you've given me so far, and I could really use some more guidance as I navigate this wild ride. Final update. Hey everyone, it's been a few months, and I wanted to give you a final update on my soap opera life. So much has happened, and I finally feel like I have some clarity on where things are headed. Emily and I have continued with couples therapy, and while it's been challenging, we've made significant progress. We've set clear boundaries regarding her friendship with Jack, and she's agreed to cut off all contact with him to focus on rebuilding our marriage. It hasn't been easy, but we're committed to making it work. The trust is slowly being rebuilt, and we're both learning to communicate better and be more open with each other. Sarah and I are preparing for the arrival of our baby, and we've been working on creating a stable and supportive co-parenting relationship. We've had several honest conversations about our past and our future as co-parents. While there's no romantic relationship between us, we're committed to being the best parents we can be for our child. Tom has also been incredibly supportive and has even offered to help out when needed. I'm grateful for his friendship and understanding. As for Laura, we had a long and difficult conversation about our feelings and the situation we're in. We both agreed that pursuing a romantic relationship right now would be too complicated and potentially hurtful to everyone involved. We've decided to stay friends and support each other through this tough time. It's hard because there's definitely a connection, but we both know it's the right thing to do. I also met with Jack one last time. We had a heartfelt conversation about everything that happened, and he apologized for his role in the mess. He admitted that his feelings for Emily were more about the thrill of the forbidden rather than a genuine connection. We've decided to part ways amicably, and he promised to respect our boundaries and not contact Emily again. It was a tough but necessary step towards closure. So, where does that leave me? I'm focusing on my marriage, preparing to be a dad, and trying to maintain healthy boundaries with everyone involved. It's not perfect, and there are still challenges ahead, but I finally feel like I'm on the right path.